Yes, Assalamu alaikum. Now we will study today the collagen diseases. The diseases which can be acquired with the and if there is a defects in the collagen synthesis and defects in any one of these steps which we have studied. If there is a collagen fiber synthesis, it can result in genetic disease involving inability of collagen to form the fibers properly. And the first is the Ehlers-Danlos syndrome (EDS). It is a group of inherited disorders which is characterized by hyperextensibility of skin and an abnormal tissue fragility. So you can see the skin is extensible, you can stretch it, but in this disease it becomes hyperextensible and the tissues become very much fragile. They can be easily broken down. And EDS or Ehlers-Danlos syndrome can result from a deficiency of collagen processing enzymes. We have studied the enzymes which are necessary for the formation of for the synthesis of collagen. For example, lysyl hydroxylase, in which this is the enzyme which is used. This is enzyme which is used for the hydroxylation of lysine, or there are enzymes which is pro-collagen peptidase deficiency, in which it is an enzyme which is required for the conversion of pro-collagen to the collagen. These two enzymes, one is lysyl hydroxylase deficiency and other is the pro-collagen peptidase deficiency. And behind other than this, the mutation in the amino acid sequence of collagen type 1, 3 or 5. Collagen type 1, as we study, it is present in the skin, bone, tendons, blood vessels and cornea. Type 3, it is collagen present in the blood vessels and fetal skin. And type 5, it is required by the fibrillation of the type 1 and type 3. And the most clinically important mutations is found in the gene for type 3 collagen. It means the most affected parts could be skin, bone and blood vessels. Then the genetic disorders. Genetic disorders can be caused by abnormalities in genes or chromosomes. In some cases, this disorder is passed down from the parents. Sometimes it is passed from the parents, but it can also be caused by mutation, spontaneous mutation in DNA. So it can be inherited, that it can be passed from the parents, or there could be the spontaneous mutation in the DNA. If a genetic disorder is hereditary, it means that there is a mutated gene. If it is inherited, it means there was a mutated gene which is being passed on through the family. The mutation is carried in parents' reproduction cells, and when the offspring is being produced, the mutation will go into every cell in their body. So there are two types. One is that it is inherited and it is passed on to the families, And number two, there could be the spontaneous mutation of the DNA. Ehlers-Danlos EDS, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, first discovered 400 BC by Hippocrates. It gets its name from a European dermatologist, Edward Ehler, and Henry Alexander Danlos. And it is known to be the earliest causes for the bruising and bleeding of the skin. Ehlers-Danlos syndrome or EDS is a heterogeneous group of connective tissues disorders. Heterogeneous or the genetic heterogeneity. It can be defined as mutations at two or more genetic logs that produce the clinical or biochemical conditions. It is caused by defect in the collagen. The collagen is part of the connective tissue that makes sure that the tissue do not deform. Some forms of EDS are very dangerous and can lead to sudden death due to rupturing vessels and organs because there is a malformation of the type 1, type 3 which is present in the blood vessels. Although most forms of EDS do not include a short lifespan. Every type of EDS has the same symptoms, but in some types, certain symptoms are most prominent. For example, hypermobility, 1 in 10 to 15,000, classical symptom, 1 in 20 to 50,000, vascular system, 1 in 1 lakh to 2,050, 2,50,000, kyphoscoliosis in 60 cases reported, arthroclesis 30 cases reported, and dermatosparaxis 10 cases reported. Hypermobility mean loose joints, joint dislocation, chronic joint pain, and double joint tendons are most prominent in type. Stretchy skin can be found, but it is not as severe as in other types. It is caused by the mutation of the genes. Then the classical. In this type, the skin is highly affected, elastic-like skin. There could be easy bruising and scarring are commonly found. Caused mainly from defective collagen. Then the vascular. This is considered to be the most dangerous form of EDS. Organs and vessels are very weak, so they are very likely to rupture. Big eyes, thin nose and lips, translucent skin, small chin, and sunken eyes. 80% of people with this type will experience very serious health issues by the age of 40. Then the kyphoscoliosis, caused by a deficiency of a certain enzyme, very weak muscles, eyes, and spine. These are the pictures of the kyphoscoliosis. Then the arthroclesis, very loose joints, especially in the hips. Then dislocation of joints oftenly there is the dislocation of joints. Then the dermatosparaxis. Dermato, it means there is the problem in the skin. extremely saggy skin that can be easily bruised and scarred. Some symptoms of EDS you can see on the figures. There could be the difficulty in the healing wounds, easy scarring and bruising, elastic-like skin. You can see you can stretch and it will go back just like elastic. Elastic-like skin. Then double joints tenderness. Then extremely loose joints. Then the flat feet. You can see the picture of the normal arch and the flat arch. Joint pain and dislocation. These are the common symptoms of the EDS. Then the treatment. At this stage, we are not very concerned with the treatment, but you must have some idea. In most cases, there is not much that can be done. EDS cannot be cured. Physical therapy is often the only way of making it better. Puberty is usually when it is at its worst. Throughout time, it can't get better just on its own. Some connective surgeries can be done to decrease the pain. Joint strengthening can be done by working out with weights. Once joints are strengthened, it will decrease the likelihood of joint dislocation. For flat footness, it is recommended to wear the arches in all pairs of shoes. It is also encouraged that the joints that are double joints should not be overlooked. Then the complications of the EDS. Since as we see, really there is no treatment of EDS. There are no side effects to the treatments because there is no treatment. However, there are many complications that can happen by having EDS. Some complications can include rupture in the organs and major vessels, very serious. Rupture of the eye wall. Rupture of membrane in the pregnancy. Then the arthritis, inflammation of the joints and the joint pains. Then the genetic therapy. You must have some idea as a biochemist that could be the gene therapy. Gene therapy, it is an experimental technique used to try and correct or prevent all the genetic disorders. Gene therapy can be done in three ways. It can replace a mutated gene. It means that the mutated gene can be replaced, already present, or inactivate a mutated gene, or bring a whole new gene. There are three ways. You can replace the gene, mutated gene, which is already present. You can inactivate mutated gene or bring a whole new gene. Gene therapy can be used and is actually recommended for EDS. For carriers of EDS, if thinking about getting pregnant, genetic counseling is also recommended. The second is the osteogenesis imperfecta. Osteogenesis imperfecta, very important as on the examination point of view. EDS is also very important, and osteogenesis imperfecta, OI. This disease is also known as the brittle bone syndrome. It is also a heterogeneous group of inherited disorders distinguished by bones that easily bend or fracture. It is distinguished by bones that can easily bend and get fractured. Retarded wound healing and a rotated and twisted spine, leading to a humpback appearance are common features of the disease. Type 1 osteogenesis imperfecta is called the osteogenesis imperfecta tarda. The disease is the consequence of decreased production of alpha-1 and alpha-2 chains. The disease is the consequence of decreased production of alpha-1 and alpha-2 chains. The disease presents in early infancy with fractures secondary to minor trauma and may be suspected if prenatal ultrasound detects bowing or fractures of long bones. So it can be detected prenatally by the ultrasound. You can see the fractured bones or twisted bones or bowing or fracture of the long bones in the ultrasound. Type 2 osteogenesis imperfecta is called osteogenesis imperfecta congenita. Type 2 is called osteogenesis imperfecta congenita, and it is more severe. Patients die of pulmonary hypoplasia in uterus or during the neonatal period, just after the birth. In pulmonary hypoplasia, there is the incomplete development of the lungs, resulting in an abnormally low number of size of alveoli or a bronchopulmonary segments. There is a very low number of alveoli which are used for the exchange of gases, ultimately with the blood. Most patients with severe osteogenesis imperfecta have mutation in the gene for either the pro-alpha-1 or pro-alpha-2 genes of type 1 collagen. As you see, the type 1 collagen is mainly found in skin, bone, tendon, blood vessels and cornea. It means that these organs will be mostly affected. The most common mutation cause the replacement of glycine residue. No sequence glycine XY by amino acids with bulky side chain. Glycine, glycine is the simplest amino acid. But when there is a amino acid with bulky chain come, there could be the problem. The resultant structurally abnormal pro-alpha chain prevent the formation of the required triple helical conformation because the amino acid is changed from simplest amino acid to the bulky chain side having the bulky chain amino acid. So there could be the problem in the triple helical conformation. Osteogenesis means formation of bones. Osteo, bones, genesis, formation. Osteogenesis means formation of bones. Imperfecta is a Spanish for not perfect. Found in ancient Egyptian mummy from 1000 years before Christ, BC. Osteogenesis imperfecta first used in 1895. It is also called, some examiners are very fond of the next other names of the disease. So osteogenesis imperfecta can be also called as the brittle bone disease or brittle bone syndrome, glass bone disease, or Ekman-Lobsten syndrome. Then epidemiology. Osteogenesis imperfecta is defined as a congenital disorder of type 1 collagen. It is a congenital disorder of type 1 collagen. The gene for the osteogenesis imperfecta is located on chromosome 17. There is a amino acid substitution which makes the collagen defected. About 85 to 90% cases are autosomal dominant and 10 to 15 cases are autosomal recessive. Autosomal dominant. What are the autosomal dominant? A pattern of inheritance in which an infected individual has one copy of a mutated gene and one normal gene on a pair of autosomal chromosomes. In contrast, autosomal recessive disease requires that the individual have two copies of the mutated gene, or you can say copy of gene in each cell is sufficient for a person. One mutated copy of gene in each cell is sufficient for a person to be affected by an autosomal dominant disease, while in the autosomal recessive inheritance, both copies of the gene in each cell have mutations. These are majority of the osteogenesis imperfecta are autosomal dominant. Bones, teeth, ligaments, skin, sclera are affected. These are all the organs in which there is the type 1 collagen is present. The osteogenesis imperfecta. Defective collagen means that the bones are extremely fragile and can fracture as a result of everyday movement. In everyday movement, they can be fractured. Simple movements such as the opening a door, turning over one's sleeve can cause these fractures. Inheritance of osteogenesis imperfecta. The pattern of inheritance in many families with osteogenesis imperfecta is autosomal dominant. It means one mutated copy of the gene in each cell is sufficient for a person to be affected by an autosomal dominant. Each and every child of an affected parent has a 50% chance of inheriting the faulty gene and having osteogenesis imperfecta. However, there are several hundred different mutations which can give rise to osteogenesis imperfecta, and many people with osteogenesis imperfecta have no family history of the condition. This can be a result of spontaneous genetic mutation or been inherited in a different way. It means that there could be spontaneous genetic mutation and there could be the inheritance. 35% of the osteogenesis imperfecta cases are a result of spontaneous mutation, while the others come from parents affected by the osteogenesis imperfecta or parents who are carriers. Carriers, there is no disease, but they can cause the disease. About 85 to 90% of osteogenesis imperfecta cases that are inherited in dominant manner. There are some rare inheritance instances where the disorder is recessive and autosomal. However, the different inheritance pattern may also deal with slightly different genes. The worldwide incidence of osteogenesis imperfecta is 1 in 20,000 live births per year. Its incidence is higher in certain areas of Zimbabwe, Nigeria, and South Africa. Then the clinical features of the osteogenesis imperfecta. Multiple frequent fractures, joint laxity, very movable joints, muscle weakness, curved bones, scoliosis, brittle teeth, short stature, blue sclera, triangular head, hearing loss, and fragile skin. Now, in this picture, you can see the different clinical features of the osteogenesis imperfecta: blue sclera, curved bones, short triangular head, and short stature. Classification of osteogenesis imperfecta. Osteogenesis imperfecta can be classified in 8 different types. Type 1, mild. These are not very important, but we have to study this. Type 1 is mild autosomal dominant, divided in type 1A and 1B on the presence of the dentinogenous imperfecta. There is a problem in the dental teeth. Life expectancy is slightly reduced due to fatal fractures like basilar invagination in the skull. Then the type 2, severe and usually lethal in perinatal period, just before or after the birth. It is autosomal dominant, fetal health, death, and death in first year of life, divided in type A, B, and C subtypes on the radiological basis. Type 3, progressive and deforming, autosomal dominant, lifespan may be normal but with severe handicapping. Type 4, deforming with normal sclera, autosomal dominant, subtypes A and B on the presence of dentinogenesis imperfecta, regarding the imperfection in the dental area. Type 5, autosomal dominant, same features as type 4 but different histologically. Bone appears mesh-like, calcification of radioulnar interosseous membrane. Type 6, same features as type 4, autosomal dominant, different histologically, fish scale-like bone. Type 7 and 8, it discovered in 2006, autosomal recessive and severe to lethal. Then how we can test the osteogenesis imperfecta? First is the X-rays. There will be osteopenia, multiple fractures and malunion, thin bones, DNA sequencing using a collagen sample from blood, biochemical testing using a collagen. It's not very much important for you, but you must know collagen sample from zinc, testing during pregnancy, ultrasonography, and immunosynthesis. The X-ray scan, which is a special type of X-ray to measure the bone density. There is no cure for osteogenesis imperfecta. Aims of treatment just increasing overall bone strength and density to prevent the fractures and maintain the mobility. Non-operative treatment. Biphosphates are used to increase bone mass, calcium and vitamin D, physiotherapy, physical aids like crutches and wheelchairs. Thank you very much. Next, inshallah, we will continue with the collagen diseases. ओके, अल्लाह हाफिज।